I've had a surprising amount of requests from you guys wanting me to talk about dead bodies. Fucking weirdos. So let's talk about that. What is up, guys? I hope everyone had a fantastic Halloween. I had to work Halloween night, but it doesn't really matter because I don't celebrate it. Halloween has always been my least favorite holiday. I don't understand why people enjoy shit popping out at them. I hate when shit pops out at me. And there's one thing that's always interested me that kind of ties into Halloween, and that's death. So death is a really interesting beast, and it's the elephant in the room that nobody wants to talk about. Nobody wants to think about death. Unfortunately, it's something we all have to face at one point or another. That's right, guys, I'm sorry. There will one day be a time where you will no longer get to watch my videos. All 2,400 of you. And doing this job for so long has definitely made me realize that tomorrow is never promised. And I know that's a very cliche term, but it's definitely applicable. Death can happen in an instant, man. You never know when it's going to strike. And I mean, it could be like the 85-year-old lady that was expected to die within the year, or it can be a 20-year-old that gets hit by a bus. Like, you never know when it's your time. I'll never forget my first dead body. And it was an older lady that was in a nursing home, and she had just passed away. So, you know, it wasn't gruesome or anything like that. But I'm not gonna lie, it was really creepy. And I've never really spent a whole lot of time around bodies or anything before that. So talking to family members and stuff like that in a different room, it was really weird knowing that there was like a body 10 feet away from me. And I've done this job for a long time now, and I've probably worked, I'd probably say between like 35 and 40 death investigations by now. It's not an every night thing, but it happens. And I don't know about other cops, maybe this is just me. Still to this day, I'm not gonna lie, it is a little bit eerie still at times, especially when the body's gross, because you're just expecting it to come back to life and try to bite you. And dealing with death is a weird thing, especially for cops, man. Like, we have a really sick sense of humor, and you kind of have to in order to deal with it. Everybody handles death differently, so, you know, cops tend to laugh about it, and we know it's not funny to the family, and we try not to be disrespectful or whatever. We don't laugh in front of family members. Most cops try to deal with it with laughter, man. I mean, we try to cut jokes and stuff, and I know that's kind of morbid because somebody just lost a family member, and we don't mean any disrespect by that, but that's just our way of dealing with it. Now, after you die, your body goes through like a pretty complicated process of decomposition, and the coroners can tell by that stage of decomp how long ago you died. And with all the death investigations I've worked, I don't remember every single one of them, but there are a few that definitely stick out. So let me get to the meat and potatoes, because I know this is what you guys wanted to hear about. My first rotten body. So I got a call one day for a welfare check, and this guy was calling because he wanted us to check in on his dad. He hasn't heard from his dad in like 3.5 weeks, and he wanted us to stop by. And the guy lived out of town only by about an hour, but he didn't have time to stop by and check. So I went to the house, and I remember knocking on the door, and I didn't get a response. So I called my sergeant, I told him what I had, and nothing seemed out of place other than the mail that was stacked up. You couldn't smell anything from the outside or anything like that. So my sergeant shows up, and we get permission from the son to kick open the door. We can't just kick open people's doors. Of course, I was excited as shit. I love kicking open doors. And I remember kicking the back door so hard that it was a wooden door, and it split directly in half, and both pieces went flying inside. But as soon as I did that, the smell hit. It was horrible. Right away, we all knew somebody was dead. So just in case it's like a homicide or something like that, just as a safety precaution, we always clear the house with our guns out. We don't know what happened. We don't know if it was natural causes or not. This guy is dead in the hallway, and he's been there for about 3.5 weeks in the summer heat. This guy had almost completely liquefied on the floor. His skin was black. I'll put it to you like this, there were so many bugs that anywhere you stepped near that hallway, there was a crunch under your feet. I know that's gross, but hey, I keeps it real. So what's really weird about this call is that it was funny and really sad at the same time. And the way it was funny was because the guys that had to pull the body out of the house, they had to dress up in full hazmat suits, man. Like, the body was radioactive or something. And what was funny about it was one of the guys that put on the Tyvek suit, he tried to pick up the shoulder section of the body. This guy ends up slipping in the guy's juices. If it was not for that hallway, he would have face planted face to face with that body. Luckily, he caught himself on the wall within like 3 inches of the face. And of course everybody's like, oh my god, and I'm over here cracking up. So basically the story was that the guy had a heart attack and he collapsed in his hallway, and so he died of natural causes, and it was pretty sudden. What was sad about the call is, and I didn't know this until after the fact, whoever was inside when they told the son showed up on the call, and he went inside, and after they had removed the body, the son asked if he could go into the back and get this little handheld safe. Whoever's dumbass let him in the house made him step over where his dad had been dead on the floor to go into the back bedroom and get the safe. If I would have known that, I would have gotten it myself, because that's really messed up. The last thing I want to do is step over where my dad was dead, especially when there's like a perfect outline of bugs and juices and nastiness. I don't want to step in that. I had another body one time. It was at another nursing home, and we had a new recruit with us. I'll try to be as respectful as I can when I say this. Dead people fart. And knowing that dead people fart, we purposely put the recruit near the feet of this person to help move the body. Never fails. We lifted the body farts. I have never seen a recruit turn white as fast as this guy did. He went hauling ass out of the room, down the hallway, and puked over the balcony of this building. I think the worst rotten body, other than the one that I had that was there for 3.5 weeks, was a guy that was dead in a bathtub for 2 weeks with the water still running. That was nasty, because half of them had like melted off and the other half was just black and covered with flies. The grossest part about working with dead bodies, honestly, is all the flies that are landing on you after you know they've been on that corpse. That's the part I don't like. Now, I could sit here and tell you guys death stories all day long. This would be an extremely long video, and I'm going to try to keep it short. I'll probably end up doing a part 2. Because there's some good stories I have, some sad stories, some funny stories. So anyway, like I said, I hope you guys had a good Halloween. I hope you have a great rest of the week. I'm going to be working all night this week. So if you guys get bored, hit me up on Instagram and I will message you back. And before I end the video, I have a very special surprise for everybody. Other than my cooking video, I don't think any of you have seen my right hand. So there you go, there's your surprise. I have to keep you guys on your toes. Anyway, thank you guys. I hope you have a fantastic day. I appreciate the support recently. And if you guys have any other ideas for videos, let me know in the comments section. I have been struggling to come up with some ideas for you guys. So anyway, throw some ideas my way and I'll see what I can do.